into my eyes and show me your adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Nahai. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Other Side. And today I'm going to be discussing the worst word in the English language, which is anxiety. Anxiety is something that I have struggled with my entire life, since the time that I was a little kid, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what was really going on until about a year or so ago. This is a very new thing for me, discovering and working through and understanding my anxiety. And let me let you in on a little secret. 99% of you out there also have some form of anxiety that has gone undiagnosed, whether it's acute, mild, severe. You have something that is bubbling below the surface and is causing you to do some crazy shit. If you have a Jewish mother, which I know is a lot of my audience, you have anxiety. If your parents had a bad childhood or your grandparents had a bad childhood, you have anxiety because it's passed down intergenerationally. If you've ever been through something that was particularly shocking to your system or traumatic, you have anxiety. So once I discovered that I'm the poster child of this because I have all of those things and I've been through all of those things, I realized, fuck, this makes so much sense. And now I need to stop being paralyzed by fear and anxiety and living in that fraught, emotional, hyper-excited state, and find a way to develop some peace and tranquility so that I can live and feel and act like a normal, cool, calm, collected, safe, secure human being. Because anxiety is the antithesis to all of that. Okay. What is anxiety? What is this weird, nebulous, emotional weapon of mass destruction that so many of us struggle with? Essentially, it is your body's automatic fight or flight response to the feeling that it is in danger. So when you have a spike in anxiety, your body literally thinks that it's being attacked by a bear. And you have physiological symptoms in response to that. So your adrenaline goes up, your heart starts racing. A lot of people will get heart palpitations, they'll start sweating, they'll get lightheaded, etc., etc. In your bloodstream, your body literally releases chemicals into your blood that make your blood taste bad in the event that you get bitten by a bear or a shark or something like that. So when you're anxious, your central nervous system and all of the markers and organs and everything in your body is functioning to get you ready to run away from the bear that is attacking you, essentially, even though there is no danger, right? You may be in absolutely no danger at all, and for some reason, you have this major spike in anxiety that causes you to do crazy shit. It's caused me to call and text a person way too many times, to lash out and lose my temper at someone who didn't deserve it, to show up at somebody's door in the middle of the night because we were in an argument and I couldn't wait to resolve it. You just do and you say and you act in ways that are not you. You in an anxious state is not the true you. And it's because your anxiety takes over your entire body head to toe, and your ability to think clearly and logically and rationally and make calm, collected decisions just goes right down the fucking drain. If you're in a heightened anxious state, forget your ability to see somebody's logical, rational point of view. You are acting purely out of impulse. And that is the state that I've worked very, very hard to get myself out of. And the results of the work that I've done are tremendous. Yes, I still have anxiety sometimes, but the first thing that has happened as I've worked through my anxiety is that the turnaround time is so much quicker. I may be anxious about something for 5 to 10 minutes instead of 5 to 10 hours. And it's just remarkable that I'm able to get through the anxiety, to sit with it, to recognize that I'm in an emotional and fraught state, and then return to a state of more peacefulness and tranquility where I can think and make better decisions. Now, you may not experience those highs and lows where you're going about your day and suddenly you have a spike in anxiety. That happens to some people, that happens to me, but that may not be your experience. Another very common form of anxiety is that pretty much all the time, from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed at night, you're just operating at a higher level of anxiousness, right? So it's not like you're cool and happy and peaceful 1 minute, and then 20 minutes later, for some inexplicable reason, you're super anxious. You might just be mildly anxious all the time. And in a way, that's actually more pernicious, and that's actually more destructive, because what starts to happen when you have that sort of quiet, constant anxiety always brimming below the surface is that your central nervous system is always on override. Your immune system is always on override. And you may notice that you get a lot sicker more often than the average person, and that's because your body is always in a mode of being stressed out. So, first I'm going to go over the don'ts. The major don't, if you have anxiety, is do not self-medicate. I'm going to put this on the screen in like big bold letters so that this message really comes through. Do not go out and get your hands on Xanax or Valium or like any of those benzodiazepines. Do not take to drinking and be like, oh, I'm so anxious, I just need a drink or two to loosen up, which always turns into like a drink or 25. And using substances is only a temporary fix. It is temporarily putting a Band-Aid over a battle wound. Another don't. This one is really, really hard. Don't make a phone call, write an email, or send a text when you're anxious. Take this and literally put it in the other room, because nothing good will come of you sending something electronically or making a phone call when you are in a heightened and fraught emotional state. Trust me, I've done it. It's a bad fucking idea. Put this in the other room. So now I'm going to go over the do's. What can you do if you have really bad anxiety? Speaking of medication, I do not advise self-medication, but I think that medication from a psychiatrist in the form of an SSRI or SNRI, antidepressants and anti-anxieties, can be super, super helpful. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't tell you what to take, but there are some really good medications out there that you need to find the best one that's going to work for your system and not give you too many side effects and stuff like that. Talk to a psychiatrist. It can majorly help. The second thing is therapy. I've been in therapy for 7 years, and I can't tell you how much that has helped me to understand the causes of my anxiety and to help me become aware when my anxiety is elevated, right? That's 50% of the battle. But the number one thing to help your anxiety right fucking now is meditation. I cannot peddle meditation enough. Meditate, meditate, meditate. I went through a 4-day course with my meditation teacher, Bradley, that literally changed my life. If you had spoken to me 6 months or a year ago before I went through this meditation practice, you would be able to sense the anxiety that is pouring out of my eyes and ears. Now, if you talk to me on a daily basis, I'm happy, I'm calm, I'm tranquil, I'm able to make better decisions. The benefits are like, I can't even describe how much meditation has changed my life. I will put a link in the description to my meditation teacher and a couple other meditation teachers in Los Angeles, so that if you're interested, which you should be interested, I can get you set up with those guys. DM me if you have more questions, because I will never stop talking about the benefits of meditation. Okay, the next thing you can do is read, educate yourself about what's happening inside of you. Where is this anxiety coming from? Start with this book. It's called Living Like You Mean It. And this is a Bible about how anxiety works. Super informative. Love this book. Excuse the technical difficulties. The next books that I suggest are Feeling Good and the Feeling Good Handbook. So these books are about something called cognitive behavior therapy, which is an amazing form of therapy used to treat anxiety. This book has a bunch of really, really incredible exercises when you're feeling anxious to perform. Actually, I did an exercise in this book that showed me how anxious I actually am. So I knew that I always had anxiety, but this book kind of like diagnosed me and started me on this whole process of getting through my anxiety. And the last thing that you can do, which is super important, is exercise every single day, read fiction, listen to music, journal. I like to write a lot of things down when I'm feeling anxious. I like to write about things that I'm grateful for. I like to write about amazing memories that I have. And that just puts me in a state of flow and gets my mind distracted and gets me thinking about other things. Call me, text me, message me if you want to talk more about this. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Hit the like and subscribe button and comment below. And I wish you peace and tranquility.